Hey, good morning, everybody. I believe we are live. Always like to let it kick in. There we go. Hey, if I have to be awake, I'm going to go live. There are no active warnings apart from one that I believe was supposed to expire. They reissued it. That one over Beauregard Parish, that southwestern Beauregard Parish, severe thunderstorm warning there. I figure a lot of people are up and kind of checking on the weather. It's loud for a lot of us. And some heavy rainfall. You can see a new flood warning has been issued. This includes southwestern Rapides, another chunk of Vernon, parts of Allen, even where it hasn't rained yet because they're getting ahead of it because they see what's going to happen here. And then Beauregard Parish, most of that parish is under a flood warning. Elsewhere, we have these special weather statements showing up, and the good news is we don't see any tornado warnings. We don't see any tornado watches. So I did post that thing here a little bit ago where I was kind of saying, and I'll redraw that line now as I pause this and show you, if you're behind like the back edge of that heavier stuff there, your severe threat is pretty much gone. There still could be some heavy rainfall. There still could be some flooding issues. We still have the flood warnings over Vernon Parish. But if you are behind that heavier stuff, that initial surge of wind has come out. That's taken the instability away. We have some upper level instability, but that's going to cause some heavy rainfall and some thunder. But this should disrupt the wind field and just take away all those severe parameters that we look for. If you're behind this line, again, if you're out here, pretty much in the clear. Over here, still the severe thunderstorm watch, and still, in some cases, we have that one warning here that includes parts of Calcasieu and Beauregard Parish, and then out into Jasper and Newton County, Texas. But some very, very heavy rainfall as well. Flood warnings in effect for a good chunk of the area. The ones to the north have been allowed to expire, but we've seen several inches of rain accumulate over a short period of time. I am much lighter than that here at the house at 1.16 inches, but, certainly enough to get a little street flooding going on. Here's what's going on radar. Now, you see how this line is surging out toward the east here. It's really moving through quickly in these areas in our northern parishes. So LaSalle, Catahoula, Concordia, you're about to get hit fairly quickly with this. And then what's happening and why we're seeing these flood warnings is as everything moves to the east, well, no big deal up here in the sense that you don't have the really crazy heavy stuff continuing behind you. Down here across Beauregard Parish, the residence time of that rainfall is a lot longer. So it's sticking around for several hours, and with 1 to 3 inch per hour rates, do the math, you end up with lots of rain. That's the 1 to 3 inches per hour for several hours equals lots of rain. We did just see that new special weather statement issued that includes parts of southern Rapides, southeastern Vernon, Evangeline, Allen, and Beauregard. That's that leading edge of that heavier rainfall there. The good news I'm seeing here is the severe threat has, even on this other side of things, has tamped down a little bit. We're not seeing all those little surges we were seeing on the line earlier. In fact, we go in, everything's pretty, pretty. It goes from red to green, but it's over a long area. That's just showing the convergence along that squall line. I don't see anything really tight together there showing any sort of rotation. As this is kind of moving down this way, with those winds coming in from the southeast and south here, the wind shear, the turning at the low levels is not as strong as it was a little bit earlier, and the instability, of course, at night is going to be going down a little bit. And if you're behind that line, the instability is very much out of there. But I just figured I would pop on since, like I said, I'm up. Might as well let you know what's going on. And that always doesn't mean I'm going to go live just for the crazy stuff. Sometimes you got to go live and kind of reassure people, hey, things are looking pretty good. And we at least see a little bit of a downward push on the severe threat. Still is definitely a threat ahead of this line. It looks like these storms may be outrunning the forcing a bit more down here. This is the area we're really watching. So the southern parishes, currently Beauregard, but in the near future here, Allen, Evangeline, St. Landry, and Avoyelles. I'm going to stay awake for you. I cover these 14 parishes right here in central Louisiana, and you better believe I'm not going to sleep until we can clear that threat out of here. Right here at home, I'm still hearing hearing a few rumbles here in Alexandria, but we have returned to more of just a moderate to heavy rain event here. Of course, lightning's dangerous, all that stuff. It is a common sense Sunday night here, though. What we're going to do is recommend you don't travel if you're in a flood warning. I understand sometimes you have to, and I understand sometimes if the roads are passable and you can be safe, you can do that. But, it's not the best time to be out and about. I know a lot of you aren't at 3:36 a.m. on a Monday, but I also know within a couple hours here, people are going to be getting up and starting to get ready for school and everything. The good news is by then, all this is going to be moving out of the area, and it looks like a pretty quiet Monday once this gets out of here. So yes, I think you'll have school if you're in Rapides Parish. I'm not sure what everybody's all going to be doing with this, but yeah, I'm thinking most areas are going to have school unless there's a localized issue. I'm just looking over at the lightning on the cameras, and yes, we did have a scariness with the camera earlier. The Alexandria one, man, it looked like a funnel was on it. It was not. It was. I'll show you if you were watching. It's here's what we have. So this, you see these little kind of light artifacts, these little, I guess that's the best thing I can come up with. Well, we had one that was kind of shaped like that half moon, but it really looked like a funnel and it was tilted a different way. It kind of connected where it would in the cloud if we had a tornado or a funnel coming down, so it was a little scary. But I've not heard any confirmed reports of any damage, and I know what we saw there was not that funnel. It was not that. So I'm going to go ahead and take you through the model real quick, see what the latest update there is, and you can see that it's just everything's going to kind of press on through. I think this is a little slow. I don't think it's going to take until 9 o'clock to get across the Mississippi River since it's entering into Concordia Parish right now. But the main idea is this is going to continue to truck on to the east and get on out of here. Let's take a look at the power outages currently, and 3,500. Yeah, I got a lot of reports out of Rapides. Overall, about 5,800 are showing up on what we use that power outage. I think it's poweroutage.us. That's what this is. And they just graphically make it look kind of nice for us here through Barron. But 3,500 customers without power in Rapides Parish. So I know a lot, like I said, and I posted this on my personal page. Prayers to all involved in the school system tomorrow, because we had that tornado warning wake everyone up, and everyone's going to be tired and probably a little fussy. I certainly will be, although I am going to take just one heck of a nap after this is all done. But I'm going to get out of here for now. The only warning active there is southwestern Beauregard Parish, probably going to be mainly an isolated, gusty, damaging wind threat there with winds potentially up around 60. These storms out to the east look a little weaker than they did earlier. That right there, southern tier of parishes, that's the area we're going to be watching over the next few hours. And then things get out of here, and we get a little rain behind that, and then things quiet down. Though it looks like more storms this week, I don't foresee something quite this crazy. All right, I'm going to get out of there. Thanks for tuning in. I will see you back here. Maybe, if we see something worth talking about, these flood warnings and everything, all the warnings are automated and they come out. If we see a warning worth talking about, I'll certainly jump back on live for you. But I wanted to kind of set you at ease, at least for a little bit here, as we can close the book on the severe threat for parts of the area. Others, it's just a couple, maybe 3 more hours across the southern tier of parishes. Other than that, I'm out of here. See you back in a bit or not.